of Orange City Literature Festival organized by SDR Knowledge Foundation in association and author of the novel Liar. Delighted to be your anchor for today's session, Women Writers Writing on Women by Miss Susmita Mukherjee in conversation with Miss Indrani Ganguly. Sushmita Mukherjee is an actress, a graduate of National School of Drama who has done pioneering work in a 37-year-old career in theatre, films and television. She is the founder of Naatak Company, a theatre group born in 1988, and her original play, Nati, won her many accolades and played to her full houses at Prithvi Theatre in Mumbai and elsewhere. She has acted in over 100 films. Her most recent international film, Sold, deals with child trafficking. It was directed by Oscar-winning director Jeffrey Brown and released in the US. It's an honor to have you with us, Susmita ma'am, and this gets even more delightful when we have Ms. Indrani Ganguly ma'am, who will be in conversation with her as the moderator. Indrani Ganguly ma'am is the managing director of Readomania and has edited over 175 fiction and non-fiction titles under its various imprints. She has over 18 years of experience in all genres of editing, shifting gears from news, academics, science, technology, medicine, lifestyle, and law. Though fiction remains her first love. She has done her graduation from St. Xavier's College, University of Calcutta, majoring in English literature, and her post-graduation in journalism from Indian Institute of Mass Communication, specializing in print journalism. She started her career in the newsroom of leading national daily Hindustan Times, where she was in charge of the international desk. She has edited over 400 high academic books for many well-known publishers like Oxford University Press, Palgrave Macmillan, Collins India, LexisNexis, Springer, and John Gray. She is a creative writing mentor. Indrani ma'am also had a brief stint in teaching language and composition to undergraduate students. I once again welcome you, Sushmita ma'am, and I also welcome you, Indrani ma'am. Before moving ahead, I would like to take a moment and acknowledge the support of Readomania publication as their association is extremely valuable to OCLF. Now, my dear audience, you are about to experience a conversation between two very dynamic personalities. So, without skipping a moment, I humbly invite Ms. Indrani Ganguly ma'am to lead us ahead.
Thank you so much, Kana. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and a warm welcome to you. And thank you for this opportunity, OCLF, to showcase a session on women writing on women. And we have our wonderful guest who is no stranger to us. She has enlightened our screens for years now. I have been watching her on TV since I was a little girl, and I have been enthralled by her various performances. And I consider myself to be super lucky to have had the opportunity to work with her. It was a dream come true. And I must add to all her, high accomplishments that she is a wonderful human being. She has no starry airs about her, and it was a once in a lifetime experience working with you, Sushmita. Really, you've made me a better person myself.
Oh,
Thank you so
God.
much, and I'm so honored to have this opportunity to speak to you today. Today we will be discussing women writing on women, but that will be done in the context of Sushmita's latest book, Banj. So for that, I would want to read out the blurb of the book for giving a context to the viewers. 11 hard-hitting stories gathered from the observations of a seasoned actress, Susmita Mukherjee, who has portrayed many strong characters and observed much across the country. Panj, Incomplete Lives of Complete Women, a collection of short stories based on the author's observations, takes you on a journey into the world of women from the society's fringes as well as the high echelons, with entitled husbands and regressive labels, with high power jobs and insecurities, with obsessions and mental issues, with open views on marriage and divorce, with oppressive employers driving them to the hilt, where lines of morality blur between the girlfriend and the wife. Sushmita makes you gasp, ponder, empathize, and look at life like never before. The stories reiterate the fact that a woman's worth is much more than just the labels that the society bestows on her. It's a wonderful book, a must read for every person, not only women, but for every person to understand human psychology, human suffering, and how to get out of it. Sushmita, it's great to have you here. I would like to start by asking you that in your stories, you have written about successful women right down to menials, sex workers, migrant workers, middle class women, uh, village women, small town women, the ordinary, the nameless, the faceless, yet each vibrating with a trembling potential of power and compassion. How could you get into the psyche of such varied characters?
Thank you for this lovely intro, Indrani. You've been so fabulous. And before we start, of course, I want everyone to know that Indrani has been the editor. She has edited Banch, and to her credit and to the credit of Vidomania, our wonderful publisher, Deepankar, this line, which is loved by everyone, it says Banch, incomplete lives of complete women. And that has come from you. So this tagline, which is a fascinating point because it encapsulates the whole effort of putting all these stories together. And for that, I'm deeply humbled and grateful to you personally, Indrani, and of course, Dipankar, because this it just shows that you went through right the through the stories, and you resonated it with to the extent that you were able to come up with this incomplete lives of complete women in a way that even I hadn't thought of. Because it's true that all of us as women are trying to find completion and fruition. And somehow or the other, we look at the other, the gaze of the other, like they say today. We look at the gaze of the other to complete us. So whether it's young Kanak here, or it's you, or it's me, with older in decades, all of us are trying to find a completion. And so we feel incomplete. And I think the whole journey is within and not without. And so this is a kaleidoscope of people, of women, of various kinds. They could be, like you said, they could be upper echelons of society or the menials. Each is seeking completion as a soul, as a human being. So I think as a very young girl, I've always been fascinated by, like most of us, I come from a Bengali middle class family, and very very colorful, very noisy family. And then I was raised in Delhi, so there's another kind of Punjabi kind of culture. And then I've been married to a Rajput in Bundelkhand, so that's a little elitist kind of culture. So I've been through the amalgamation of all these things, and I've always been very curious about women. What are their secrets? What do they talk about? What is it that sometimes, as mothers or buas or aunts or pishimunis would say, shh, you're young, go away. What is the secret? I've always been interested in the unknown. I've always been interested in pairing open. So that's why I think I've always liked to listen. I think that helped me as an actor also to, copy people, to see what is the quirk of this person, and what is the speciality of this person. And I think, as you know, these stories I have been written over 40 years, and it'll scribbled over 40 years. So you are very instrumental, because a lot of times you helped me, because there were times, when when I said there's a pager, in those days there was a pager. Do you remember? And you said, no, we'll keep it as that because it puts a context to the stories. It's been written over time. So yes, that's how I started.
Wonderful. Uh, Now, coming to today's topic, Sushmita, do you think women are more challenging and intriguing to write about? What is it about women that make them such interesting and puzzling characters, according to you?
I think Indrani and Kanak and everyone who's viewing and watching us, I think the woman is the keeper of the womb. She's the womb. And what is a womb? A womb is closed tightly around something that we don't see. till it comes out. So we are the keeper of secrets. And that is why woman is very intriguing, because even her smile, when she smiles, she might be actually saying no, but her smile is saying yes. Because somehow or the other, she has been made in the sense of she's been made to um, hold the secret of the womb. It starts from the womb, from the mother to the grandmother to everyone. So I look at women as keepers of secrets, and that is what is intriguing. If everything is out there in the world, there is no secret. That's not to say that the other sex is, not as good. I think we are fabulous. We are Ardha Narishwar. We are aspects of each other. But I think the woman's department is that she is the keeper of secrets, and therefore she's intriguing. And like I said, we want to know what the woman is hiding more than what the woman is revealing. If you notice, a woman is very tantalizing when she's hiding, not when she's all over the place. When she's revealing everything, she's not that tantalizing or intriguing. But the moment, that is not to say that she has to be in parda, but it's a move that is to say that there is an internal parda that happens. And we always yearn to know what is beyond that. And that's something fascinates me. The secrets of the womb is something which fascinates me about our sex.
Sushmita, over the years, after having edited so many books and worked with scores of authors, both male and women, uh, I have observed that women writers are more sensitive when they portray women characters. Uh, it's not that men are not good observers, they are very good observers too, as are women. But when it comes to portraying women characters, I think women are a step or two ahead because probably they empathize more. What do you feel about it?
See, Rani, I think it's a lot. Pain gives you compassion. Pain comes from rendering, when the body is rendered open to create another soul. I'm not just saying, therefore, even Banj is relevant because she was not a mother. So it's not necessarily the womb or the child coming out of the womb which is creating compassion, the pain. It is that the woman is aware internally. This is her operating system, if you like, if you can call it. It's her operating system of being sensitive to to pain. So when anybody is sensitive to pain, and especially when pain comes from ripping herself open, in many cases society rips a woman open. So there is pain and this compassion, and therefore you feel for the other person, you feel for other women, you feel for men, you feel for children, because I believe that when something is rendered open, there causes pain, and that pain causes compassion. And that compassion means that my grandmother passed it to my mother, she passed it to me, I pass it to my daughters. I may or may not have daughters, daughters-in-law. So it's a collective consciousness of empathy and feeling. Men have it too, undoubtedly they have it too, but they have it in a different way. So, and we're not supposed to be same. We're apples and oranges. We're not even supposed to compare ourselves. I mean, I don't look, we know when the topic came, women writers writing on women, it is interesting only in so far that it's a collection of a lot of female voices. It's not to say that there are not men there. There are a lot of men. Each story has a man. The migrant who's crying because he can't get up and he's crippled. There is compassion, there's pain in him. But when a woman embraces another woman with love, with sorrow, with kindness, she the woman or the other woman in one of the stories, she wants the wife of the man she's sleeping with. I mean, so she is the other woman, but she wants to embrace the wife out of love. Please love me. Don't you see I'm in pain too? So it is not stereotypical feelings that the other woman is good or bad. It's just compassion, empathy, pain, love. I think it all boils down to us as a unity, as a desire to be procreators, not necessarily as procreators of having babies, procreation of something larger than ourselves, which makes us whole, which makes us complete. If I can answer,
Yes,
if I answered your question.
I understand that, but in a lot of your own stories and also in other stories or in life in general, we see that a lot of times women are women's biggest enemies. Isn't
Yeah,
it? They
yeah.
create the bigger problem.
Yes.
The mother-in-law for the daughter-in-law,
Yes,
or
yes.
even friends turning foes, backbiters. Uh, how do we assess this situation? How do we understand the psyche of a woman when she is after her own gender? Uh,
You know, I look at it like, it's carrying on what we would call the intergenerational wounds. So, if a mother-in-law is being wicked to her daughter-in-law for random reason, there is a wound somewhere that she's got it from somewhere. She's carrying some wounds. If one is unhappy with one's own daughter, maybe one should look back and see how much we have been nurtured and loved by our own biological mother or parent. The mother. See, it is really the lineage is always from the mother. Because that's the greatest, the womb, the carrier of the
influence.
womb. The greatest influence. So when there is a generational wound, if your mother has had a problem and she's not able to express love, are you a wanted child, an unwanted child, a partially wanted child, whether you're a female or a male? Your mother's genetic feeling, the chaos that was happening inside her womb when you were born, is very principal, not so much as the father. Because the father is the carrier of the sperm. He donates the sperm. But the woman is the one who seeds it. So therefore, all the watering, planting, weeding, anti-weeding, whatever is done at a psychic level because she's not aware of it. She's eating, drinking. So whatever noises is around her is psychically penetrating into that womb. And so if the mother-in-law has had a nasty experience with her environment, she is psychically pushing it on to her daughter-in-law. So it's not as if it's an evil thing. It's something that we don't have knowledge so much. In fact, in the olden days, the mothers-in-law would always say when the daughter-in-law is pregnant, if she was a mean one, she would not give food so that the child becomes weak. But if she's a good one, she has to listen to music, don't do this, do that, because you are actually watering that seed. How you water sunlight, water is psychically you're doing it. So I think it's an intergenerational wound that makes women or human beings, any human beings, not even as a woman, I would say, Indrani. I would say any of us in pain behave badly. You know, I think mean people hurt people, hurt people. They say that, right? Hurt people, hurt
yeah.
people. If you're a hurt person, you hurt others. So I think that goes for both the sexes, I believe.
And how difficult was it to pen the male characters, being a woman? How to understand what is going on in their minds? Most of your stories, I wouldn't say they all are negative characters. A lot of them are, like you said, the migrant laborer. He was absolutely helpless. He couldn't do anything to save the women of his family. He just
Mm,
observed and wept silently. And then
mm,
there was in the story bunch you had a very wicked perpetrator,
mm,
who would
mm,
just keep on gaslighting his wife. And
mm,
you had men who were cheating on their wives, or who are probably not giving wings to their wives to fly, like in the affair.
mhm.
How could you come up with so many male characters also, all varied and with different psychology playing behind every character?
Because I've had so many years of experience now, almost 6 decades of actually living on Earth and observing, and because of my work in Rani, I've met a lot of people. Because I'm out there in the world, right? So can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so there is so I meet a lot of I've been meeting a lot of people in my work in the theater because I'm from School of Drama. I've been out on the roads. I've been traveling. I've been a traveling artist. So you meet so many kinds of people as opposed to a homemaker who's at home and she has a limited access to people.
Limited, yeah,
So
exactly.
I have a huge access to people from my stage days, then from being an actor, then being a producer, then being from Delhi to Mumbai to Bundelkhand. So I've had the opportunity and the good luck to meet various kinds of people. So from the Thakurs to the Bengali, nuanced, egoistical man, to the corporate man, to the narcissist man, to the helpless migrant man. They're all aspects. To me, they're all human, actually. So women writers writing on women is actually because it's the gaze of a woman. So I can empathize more with a woman. But then I also empathize so much with a man who is dealing with so many things, Like I am the mother of two boys. I don't have a daughter. So I can understand that, what would my boys be facing? I'm the only woman in my family. So what would the boys be facing? They'll be facing a lot of others. They will be facing a lot of trauma too. It's not always to say that, we are these feminists and we talk of women. And it's, oh, yes, generationally we have been subjugated, we have been oppressed, we have been undoubtedly tormented in many ways. But today's generation, I find, Indrani, very interesting that the boys are very tormented, that the boys are very sensitive, the girls are very much smarter because we pushed our girls to be better and smarter. And the boys somehow, are at a back foot. So I appreciate that. I notice that with the compassion. I notice that with a little nervousness. I don't know what these boys must be feeling in this tremendously changing world. From the time I started to now, it's just like this internet has just taken us all over. We are just absolutely. We are actually programmed. We are actually programmed to think, feel, do. So deep.
No, it's fine now. You're visible now.
Okay.
Okay, I'll come to your next question. Sushmita, Banj, Incomplete Lives of Complete Women is a product of your observations over the years. Now, how did you document what you saw? Did you maintain a daily diary or retain everything in that special chamber of your brain called memories? Also, what is your writing process like?
So I've been writing since I was a very young girl, but it used to be in various pages, Of course, it was much before the internet came. So I used to write in pages. And then my trajectory was being an actor. So whenever little time I had from my shootings, I would be sitting and scribbling because if I had an idea, I'd quickly put it in. So I have no process whatsoever, Indrani. Even today I write on, I have see internet, everybody has to help me. I'm just terrible.
You still write in longhand, yeah.
Yes. I still write in longhand, and that's with the comfort of the paper and pen. And I have no process, and I always like to say, I get downloads. I am not a professional writer. I don't know what it is. I'm not a great intellectual. I'm not a great well-read person. I don't read a lot. In that, a lot of writers today do a lot of research. They read a lot, and I'm very, very impressed with that because but unfortunately, I don't have the bandwidth. I just write whatever I ask the creator. I said, see, this is what is my idea. If you will help me, it will be nice. So I get an idea, I get a download, I write it down. And I'm not being, falsely humble or something. It is really a process, I think.
It's organic, it's very organic the way you write.
Yes, probably, yeah.
Almost like stream of consciousness, sometimes,
Yes.
Yeah, then we have to
right,
shift,
exactly.
A lot of structural editing is required then.
Well, for which one lady is required.
Yeah, I mean, I had seen some of your notes also. You had sent me, photographs of some of the notes where you had scribbled, and worn out paper like years old, And I know you are technologically challenged because I have seen you struggling sending an email with an attachment also. But that is, I think, the quality of your writing, that there is no ornamentation. It's very raw, it's very organic, and it's very believable. And that is why I think, I was wondering when I first read your story, Banj, and even Dibba, that was the first story I read, rather. I wondered, how is this lady who's a celebrity, who's sitting in an air-conditioned makeup van, probably, how does she even know what is going on inside that shanty, inside that that jhuggi where this woman is cooking behind, um, a, a, a cloth screen, and there's a baby crying, and there's a crippled husband lying down. Um, how does she know the scene inside? Has she even seen it, or is she just taking notes from somewhere? And I asked you, and you had said that you observe that, and also because you've played so many characters in your own life, that you've picked up the strains of each character from every strata of society, and that is how your characters are born.
In fact, you bring back this very strong memory while we speak. That when I was a very young girl, about 8 or 9, I lived in Delhi. I grew up in Delhi, Pandara Road and Shahjahan Road, which is just being dug up and made.
Mm,
And there were a lot of migrant people. I mean, like as I speak, I'm remembering those things. And I had some new clothes. I was very small. I was 8 or 9, definitely. And my father had got some nice frocks for me. And there were the laborers' children were very cold. God, I'm remembering those. So I believe I had given them away. And my mother was furious. She said, that she started hiding. She said, "Hey, meta na diashbe. This girl is going to go and give her clothes away." And across our government accommodation, we had the pressman, because there's little quarters
mhm,
for the staff.
mm,
And
mm,
I often used to go and sit there. It was very warm. They had the garam press. And my mother would say, "Don't worry, she'll be sitting there only in Pappu's house." So from my own house, I would be sitting in the servant quarter, because it's a very small room, and they're a little outside where they used to, in the hot coal, they used to do press. I have no idea. Maybe I was in my last birth, I may have been, you know I don't know, that class, which I was very attracted to. I mean, I was, rather than being trying to get friendly with the rich people, or the lot of people who have a quality to network with people, to be, to try to raise themselves up in society. I have always shunned it. I've always been very anybody who knows me knows that I'm very shy. I don't chase success. I don't chase any of those things. I'm a very quiet person who likes to do. That's why writing suits me a lot. And
mm,
acting, if I don't have, today's acting is different, because in our times the media chased us. Today the actors unfortunately have to go out into I'm not in social media at all. I post one. A girl helped me, I think about 6 months ago, one post. So I don't have followers. I'm not worried. I don't see, though I know it's very good, it's good for business, but since it doesn't resonate with me, I don't do it. So I think, and thank you for bringing up this memory, that I think I've always felt of some kind of thing, that they don't have it, poor thing, she's, the little child is feeling cold, I have so much, let me give it. So at that time, you don't realize these things, that people will perceive you as, "Oh my God, she's so selfless and so unselfish." You don't think like that. As a young child, you say somebody has a problem, you give it, and your parents will say, "What are you doing? We got it for you, and why are you giving it away?" So I remember that thing, that I remember it as you speak. So I remember that. So I suppose that compassion comes. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, what you said, my next question was going to be this, do you think that being an actor who has portrayed so many diverse characters, that has helped you in understanding the nuances of women across the classes? And also, as a character, it is easy to show so many emotions, through emotions, just by the movement of eyes, or just by, blinking, you can emote, you know but how difficult it is to do the same when you're writing, when words are your only tool. How difficult it is to express the real human feelings, when it's easier as an actor, right? When you can just
Yeah,
emote.
exactly.
Yeah.
Like what
Mm,
like what I was saying, Ibrani, I'm a professional actor. I've trained to be an
mm,
actor. Okay.
mm,
So I know exactly how to, I know the technology. Okay. So
mm,
I know that if I have to cry, I might not do, cry like that. I might hold it so much that the audience cries. That's technology. Because sometimes if you're crying, the audience is like, but if you're not crying, you're choking, the audience will choke. So this is technology. You know that, if I do this, this will be the result. Now, on the other hand, writing, I have no technology. I have no I can't, I mean, okay, I'm a master's from Miranda House English Literature, but that was in the 70s. So I don't say that I have great, I've been following literature and I have my favorites. I would read and I would do, but I don't have technology. So what helps me is my emotion. And then that connection. I have feel an emotion. It's like if I'm acting, I feel an emotion and I portray it. Like that, if I feel an emotion while writing, it comes because it's an emotion. And then there is, because my stories, there's nothing fancy. I'm not Dr. Shashi Tharoor who has fancy well, a language at his command. I'm just a simple storyteller who just talks with,
That is
from
the
my
most
heart.
difficult thing, to be a simple storyteller without using the various tropes of ornamentation and verbose language, to be real to your readers, to present a scene like it is without using those extra ornamentations. I think that is the most difficult thing that an author strives to do. As an editor, that is what we want the authors to do, simplify, do not over complicate stuff. Life is already
Right.
complicated. So, so
Kill your
uh,
darlings.
okay, Sushmita, in
Yeah.
your career, which spanned and in still running, for more than 37 years, you have donned
40
many
now it's
creative
become,
hats. It's almost 40.
sorry,
Yeah, 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 I guess so. Yeah.
40.
So,
Yes.
so you've donned many creative hats. Which has been the most special to you?
Being a mother.
Yeah.
Being a mother. That is been the most special career in my life. Now the boys have become big and gone away, and they. But that has been the most satisfying, most what I yearned for. To be able to have children. So that is, if you look at it, I looked at it as a career almost. That this is something I had to do splendidly. It
Yeah.
came. It was always a
There was
priority.
no
So even
retake
when I
there.
there's no retake. And then when I went to when I went to when I would go for shooting, I would tell my producers that you can give me less money, you can do what you want, but if my boys, any of them call me, I have to excuse myself immediately. Like just as the shot gets over, I'll have to excuse myself. It was almost an unwritten part of my contract, and they knew it because the boys were in hostel, because they mattered most to me. So I've other than that, Indrani, I've loved to be a homemaker. That has been very important to me, to be a spouse, to have a spouse, to be a homemaker, to be an actress, of course, to have my work in the world as to put my work out as a writer. Then also that little bit of an entrepreneurship thing I have. So um, I guess, like I said, I give it all whenever it needs attention. I give it. I've just tried to do everything little way because I'm not that ambitious that I have to get somewhere. Live life very simply. I'm an at least in a minimalistic way. Like they say about me, I'm a low maintenance person. Like in the hotel, I don't use an AC. I don't use a geyser. I don't use a TV, and I don't use a fridge. So I don't use any of these things in real life. So when they put you, so I'm comfortable. I'm happy. It's just a simple life. That's it.
Wonderful. Uh, which story among the 11 in Vanj was the hardest to write? And also, which is that one character that is closest to your heart?
A very difficult question. Um, do you like your elder son more or your younger son
Yeah.
more? I even know, no. I don't know, and then it's been written over such a long period. Every
Mm,
story has a different history, a different geographical set, a different political time that it was written, what I was feeling, my own journey. So I really I don't know, but yes, every time I tear up, even now, is when I Memories of a Red Nose. It was written long back. Somehow the last two lines that again it comes down to mother. It says that the smell of her hair is still in my hands. I think the
mm,
emotion is called mother. So I still
mm.
tear up when I sing. So I suppose it's again umbilical. It's again a mother. My first book is about mothers and daughters, me and Juhi baby. which was published by Speaking Tiger in 2018. That also deals with. So I think the umbilical cord, relationships, secrets, wombs, these have been very sort of on top of the thing, on top of my evolution or search as a human being on this planet. I think when I look at it, probably like that.
And you also own a production house, with your husband, and you
Yes,
also write a lot of scripts yourself. Um,
yes.
Tell me, which story in Banj, according to you, will be the most interesting to adapt for the screen?
In fact, Indrani, Rituparno Sengupta, Rituparno Das Gupta, the very famous director, he had taken my story called Dibba, and they had
Mm.
made it into something called Lokhi Jhapi in Bengali. He wanted to shoot it. He really liked the story. And imagine Rituparno. And unfortunately, the people who were in the middle, it got delayed, and then he passed away. But I still have that script in Bangla written in
Rituparna
with me.
Ghosh, you mean?
Rituparno Ghosh. I said Sengupta, right? Rituparno Ghosh, the
Mhm.
director.
Mhm.
Hi. So I have that script. It's called Lokhi Jhapi because it was adapted. So and imagine if somebody with his sensibility and his where he's reached in terms of just being such a fabulous artist and a filmmaker. If he could like my story, I just feel so humbled and I
Yeah,
feel very happy, and that can really translate as into a film. Yeah,
yeah. But even I think there are even I think Sakri Bai can.
yeah.
Sakri Bai is such a, I mean, it's such a powerful story. I mean, the gaslighting that was happening for years, and this
Mm.
character who I will not give in too much. I mean, let it be a secret for the readers who haven't read it as yet. But
Yeah,
it is such a
yeah,
powerful story with just very few characters, and
yeah.
such a, I mean, unlikely protagonist, right? I mean, you wouldn't even look at her twice if
Mm.
she passed you on the streets. But that is I feel that can also be adapted really well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
In fact, it's in process. It's strange you're saying this.
Hmm.
It's already it's in the pipeline. Yeah,
Oh,
Practice is in
good,
the
good. We look
pipeline.
forward to it.
Thank you.
Okay, on a lighter note, how often are you still referred to as Kitty? Do you have any plans
Very
to
often.
write about your memories playing that iconic character, the character we all grew up? I mean, at least my generation grew up
Yes, yes,
watching.
yes. In fact, I am working on something with Dipankar. Hopefully, that would happen.
Hmm.
And uh, yes, because when my boys were young, they used to say, "Who is Kitty? Why are they calling you Kitty?" And I said, "I played this character. It was iconic. It was wonderful." But I was a very silly girl those days, and I was very cribby. And I said, "No, no, no, she's not the character I want to play. I'm from NSD. I want to play these grand characters. Very deep characters with a lot of angst." So this silly girl didn't suit me. It's only now I realize what an ass I was because she was such a beautiful character, and obviously people loved her. And
Yeah,
still,
we still
I
remember
think
Shut Up Kitty.
so. You really are a genius.
Oh, okay. From an upper class Delhi bong to a university rank holder to a dramatic student to struggling actor in Mumbai to becoming a household name, how has Sushmita Mukherjee evolved over the years as a person, as a human being?
Oh, very deep question because I think that I was a very I would say a damaged person, I would say. And therefore, when you're damaged, you come with a lot of um, compassion. I was damaged in so far that I had, I was not never fitting in. I never fitted in anywhere. I never fitted into my family. I never fitted in. I was just a rebel, obviously without a cause. So I didn't know what it was about. And so I just kept on, trying to make meaning of my life without knowing anything. So it was just making so many mistakes and hurting people, moving on, moving back, moving forth. And I think through all this, I think you hone yourself unconsciously, you hone yourself, you learn then to realize that, what you are inside is what you get outside. So today, there is nothing in the world, in the outer world, that you have manifested that has not reflected you. So if you're in a good space today, you have manifested that. So the outside and the inside are one. So that spiritual understanding of the nature of the world and the cosmos and your place in it has been that process over all these years, from being this young, flighty, silly, damaged person to now a person with a more holistic view of life. And that's what I think, that's what life does. You just tend to get humbled about this huge cosmos and your little place in it, and then you understand why and what, and your own struggle, your own journey. You tend to look at yourself and the world in a different way, and that's what is called maturity. That's what is called age. Kanak is laughing away. What is Kanak laughing away?
No, I was just
Anika, are we out
thinking
of
like
time?
how humble you are that you're calling yourself
Yeah.
a misfit. Being such a veteran actor and writer, you're still calling yourself a misfit.
It's true. I'm seeing. I'm not such a misfit today. Otherwise, I will have had this lovely conversation with you. But Kanak, as a young girl, when I was your age, na, I was not understanding the world. I was not. They were everything was like topsy turvy. I was not this. My sister got married. She did everything right. She had the children in a right age. She pleased the world. I was absolutely opposite. I would be doing everything with my society was not comfortable with me doing, because there was something, like I said, a rebel without a cause. I was trying to make meaning out of, and the structure that I was presented with in society was not fitting me. So I was trying to do something against it, only to realize that whatever is, it took me all these years now to know that the outer is nothing but the inner. So if you're a clean, happy, relaxed, content person, outside is the same. You don't have to chase anything because it's all there. That is when we come back to this incomplete lives of complete women. Her tagline, Indrani, is that in summation, probably Indrani, if you like, I can say that we are we are actually complete. And when you reach my age, Kanak and Indrani, you will come to the realization that the completion is not something outside. It is not outside. We are complete, and this is not just I'm not just using fancy phrases. We will realize that we are complete, and we do not need anybody to make us complete. And the moment we realize that, we are ready uh, for anything. We're ready to even leave. Because we've understood the secret. It's like the laptop. If we do not know the operating systems, like I don't know, I'm very bad. But it's life. If you know the operating systems of life, you can just become the most efficient person, efficient life member. I do I make sense? It's like the computer. If you know the computer, you will be able to do so many things. It's like the life. If you know your technology of life, you can do anything. So
Yeah,
our
correct,
growth
correct.
is about learning that technology of life. Some of us will do dhar dhar bhar bhar, someone will do it peacefully, someone will not do it at all. We are here to learn that technology of life. And any art, any work, anything that we do is represented, is a result of that struggle between, that push and pull creates a baby, right? It's anything which is light, dark, polarities, dualities, it's all creating some light, no? Likewise in our own lives, when we do ghadbad, badbad, badbad, we create something. I think like that. I mean,
And I think this philosophy of yours, uh, which is born out of your experiences, such various experiences over the years, manifests in your writing too. And that is what it makes your writing so rich. And that is how I guess you create such believable, such vulnerable, yet powerful characters, women characters primarily. And that is what makes your writing so memorable and so believable. Uh,
thank
Tanak,
thank you.
I'm through with my questions, and we can go on and on, but I'm sure there is a time constraint for us. So over
And
to you.
So it was an honor to wonderful such a amazing conversation between you all, between you both of you. And I feel like very overwhelmed to interact through this OCLF platform to both of you. And ma'am, especially you, Sushmita ma'am, you're blessed to like channelize your stories through acting and writing, and we are blessed to be the readers and viewers.
Yes.
So
That's
from
so
everybody's
sweet of
side,
you. That is, I thank so much, first of all, my publisher and my editor, Dipankar and Idrani. They have been wonderful. Because without them, it was just would have been somewhere in the blue diary. I'm very grateful to OCLF for this is my second year. Last year, I'd come with the year before that, I'd come with the first book, Me and Joey Baby. And because I'm in Mizoram, others have loved to have come. And this is lovely to meet Indrani online. And thank you so much. I'm so grateful to you all for inviting me. Thank you so much. Tata, bye bye.
at the end, I would like to thank Ms. Susmita Mukherjee and Ms. Indrani Ganguly for joining us today. We wish we get to hear you both again and be equally enlightened as we all are today. And for my dear massive audience, I'm sure that after witnessing this conversation, you all are taking home an enriched version of yourself, just as I will.
Oh my
Thank
God.
you for joining us today.
Thank
Until
you.
I see you
Thank
again,
you.
this is Kanat Mahalle signing off.
Welcome to Raisoni Group, a vision beyond.